So what if I were to tell you that calorie calculators are lying to you? Stick with me for a few minutes because I'm going to prove it to you. I'll give you the missing ingredient that you must use in order to get lean and jacked this year. So Aidan, I've been tracking my calories, smashing my workouts, but my weight's not dropping down, my waistline's not trimming up. What's going on? So if you've used some kind of calorie calculator on Google or MyFitnessPal or whatever, chances are they look a little bit like this. You've got your gender, age, height, weight, body fat percentage is sometimes an optional thing, and then you've got your activity level. The options are usually sedentary, light exercise, moderate exercise, heavy, and athlete. So this is how they gauge your activity level. So the way that they gauge your activity level is based on how many days a week you are working out, basically. Slap bang in the middle is moderate exercise if you're working out 3 to 5 days a week. Now most guys, when they're on a bit of a fitness journey, when they kickstart things again, or if they've been going to the gym regularly, are typically in that band. But here's the issue. Let me give you an example between two guys. One's called Bob and one's called Jeff. So both these guys, just by some wild coincidence, happen to be the same age, both male, they're both the same height, both the same weight, both the same kind of body type. They both go to the gym 3 days a week. Now one of them has an office job, just in insurance or whatever, and sits on his ass from 9 to 5, wakes up in the morning, goes to the gym 3 days a week, sits on his ass, and then he goes home, chills with the family, has a dinner, watches Netflix. That was Bob. Now Jeff, he's a postman. So he wakes up early morning and he's doing the rounds, walking around the neighborhood, delivering mail. So he is on his feet, walking for hours on end. Now, according to this calorie calculator, they both go to the gym 3 days a week, so they both exercise 3 days a week. So apparently their calorie targets are going to be the same. But if you just take 1 fucking second to think about it rationally, who's going to be burning more calories on a day-to-day basis? Obviously it's going to be our man Jeff, the postman. He's on his feet for hours and hours a day. He's probably smashing over 10,000 steps a day, whereas, what was his name, Bob, the old desk man, is probably on just a couple of thousand steps a day. But here's the problem with the calorie calculators on Google, MyFitnessPal, etc. is they're both going to supposedly be burning the same amount of calories. So they're both going to be on the same calorie targets, and one of them, Jeff, is going to be seeing very, very fast fat loss, while the other one, Bob, who's sitting on his arse all day, he's probably going to end up frustrated, wondering why his calorie targets aren't working. This is the thing. This is that magic secret ingredient that a lot of calorie calculators are out there, and a lot of people aren't taking into account when they're setting their own calorie targets for fat loss. And it is your daily average step count. So what they don't tell you is that moderate exercise, the one you're probably selecting, that's actually based on an activity level of around 8 to 10,000 steps a day. Even if you're working out 3 days a week, that hour in the gym, you're only going to be burning a few hundred calories. And if you divvy that up over your entire 7 days, it's not going to contribute much to your daily average calorie spend. The reality is that our man Bob, Mr. Desk Man, he's actually going to be sedentary or light exercise at most, probably somewhere between the two. Whereas our man Jeff, who's smashing his postman job, who's 10, 12, 14,000 steps, he might even be higher than moderate exercise, he might even be heavy exercise. So he's smashing the calories. Bob's the one who's frustrated. Need to take steps into account. The easiest way to do that is just checking the health app on your phone. Most guys have like an iPhone, so if you check the Apple Health app, it will tell you your average step count over the weeks. Samsung Health, that's another option. You can use a wrist device. You don't have to. If your phone's in your pocket most of the time, it's going to be accurate enough within like a 1,000 step sort of accuracy, which is fine. Do need to keep an eye on this, because that will determine your calorie output, which will then determine your calorie input target if you're looking for that weekly consistent fat loss. If you're trying to shred up, if you're trying to maintain, you need to know how many calories you're burning to maintain your body weight. If you're trying to build, you need to know how many calories you're burning so that you can put on a little bit, like a kilo of weight a month. So this is important whether you're cutting or bulking, to be honest with you. You can just do this by trial and error. You can also Google and try and find a TDEE or calorie calculator that does take steps into account. Or if you want a little bit more of a shortcut and you want to learn this exact process that I go through with my clients in their first 4 weeks of their coaching program with me one-to-one, and get access to the calorie calculator that we use, I have my free coaching program, which I leave in the description below. You don't have to, but it's a cracking free resource that I put together that's going to get you the best kickstart possible that you can with your physique on that skinny fat to jack journey. Anyway, I hope you found this video useful. If you've got any questions, feel free to comment below. Feel free to like, subscribe, whatever you want to do. Free programs in the description below, and I'll chat to you later.